Cinema gives us glimpses into these mesmerizing worlds. Some of these worlds are entertaining to look at, but not necessarily realities we want to experience ourselves. So here are 5 dystopian films you should watch at least once in your lifetime. Make sure to like, follow, and comment for more. Which film would you add to this list? Children of Men follows Theo, who lives in a society where the human race is pushing extinction, as no one has had a child in 18 years, as most of the population has become infertile. Wealthier nations have governments who are viciously monitoring immigration. Theo and ex-wife Julia take on a secret task to get a pregnant young woman named Key to the coast so they can hopefully keep her safe and possibly save the human race. This movie draws you in with its bleak reality, and just provides you with a journey that slowly gives you some hope along the way, and there are just a lot of emotions to unpack here, and each one is masterfully handled. Upgrade shows us a world where technology controls nearly every aspect of life. A man named Gray loses his wife in a car accident, and he becomes a quadriplegic. Despite resisting the advances in technology, he hesitantly accepts a surgery where a brain chip implant will help him walk again. And despite the miracle, things happen that makes him wonder if it was all worth it. This underrated gem cleverly blends in comedy with this haunting action thriller that will make you question our society's choices with technology. 10 years after an economic collapse, the laws mean jack shit anymore, and a loner has his car, his last possession, stolen, and he goes after the thieves. And he captures the brother of one of the thieves, and they form an unlikely bond. And I know the way I describe that kind of sounds like John Wick, but with the feeling of vengeance being about a car rather than a dog, which sounds much less enticing, but this movie is more of a slow burn than I expected, and still has some gritty action, but what made this movie stand out to me was largely the bond between the two lead characters, played by Guy Pearce and Robert Pattinson. Such chemistry between these two characters as they navigate this hopeless world, and find this strange comfort in their unexpected companionship. Battle Royale, the movie that supposedly inspired the Hunger Games, except now, absolutely, with more of an R-rated feeling. And it follows multiple 9th grade students who are forced onto an island by the Japanese government to play a game where they have to kill each other, and the last one standing wins. And this interpretation is much more unsettling, with such a sinister feeling, and this will fulfill your action movie craving while giving you more depth into such a traumatizing situation. 74, the mob assassinates, sending them to the past, where a hired assassin waits to unalive them. A man named Joe is sent to do a seemingly typical job until he discovers that they are closing the loop by trying to have him unalive himself. Future Joe has a plan, and both wind up in a chase where they both want to fulfill their individual goals. Stellar performances and such a terrifying look into time travel being used for the most violent purposes. This is a sci-fi action thriller that also nails the tone and the emotions it needs to. If you want more movie-related content, make sure to like, follow, and comment. Which films would you add to this list?